Thanks for joining us today as we welcome our very special guest, Dr. Victor Waddell, who's CLSI's new board president. So Dr. Waddell, can you share with us a little bit about your job and your professional background and what your day-to-day life is like in the lab?
Yes, thank you, Sherry. As you can probably hear, I've got a little bit of an accent that's stuck with me for quite a while now. I'm originally from Belfast in Northern Ireland, and I got my PhD in molecular biology at the Queen's University in Belfast. In fact, I also met my wife there. She's from the United States, and she came over to study at the same university. Eventually, she said, it's too cold and wet here for me. I want to go back to some sunshine. So we packed up all of our things and we moved out to Arizona. And so it was in Arizona here that I got my position at the Arizona State Public Health Lab. And basically, I've been here almost 20 years at the State Public Health Lab and I'm in my role as lab director here. It's in terms of a position as a public health lab director, it's a very interesting job. There are never 2 days the same. We perform a whole range of different tests, from screening newborns for metabolic genetic disorders through infectious disease testing, and recently have been involved in outbreaks such as the H1N1 and the Zika outbreaks. Our current role has grown, and we're currently responding with testing and sequencing for the COVID-19 pandemic. We also have grown our role in Arizona, and we're providing supplies to other labs in Arizona so that they can increase the testing capacity during the pandemic. We also have recently been asked to take on the role of storing vaccines here at the lab and also helping with distribution of those throughout Arizona. In addition, about 6 years ago, in addition to my role as public health lab director, I was asked to take on a role with the Arizona Biomedical Research Commission as executive director. And it's a real interesting organization that provides millions of dollars each year to researchers in the biomedical fields in Arizona. And it's amazing to see the impact that funding has on those particular groups here in the community and expanding that biomedical research in Arizona.
So based on CLSI's strategic plan, can you talk a little bit about your priorities as board president for the next 2 years?
Yes, and first let me say what an honor it will be to lead this actively engaged board representing a global community of over 1,400 CLSI member organizations, 1,200 volunteers, and over 20,000 lab professionals who all rely on CLSI products to help them make a positive impact on patient care. With the new 2020 CLSI strategic plan, it will focus on enhancing value to members, strengthening global impact, and better leveraging volunteer expertise to develop products that advance the lab community. At such a critical time in lab medicine, my focus for the board is to strategically assess our product development process and optimize the development and delivery of CLSI products and services.
So you shared a little bit about your professional background and what your intentions are with CLSI as the new board president. Can you share a little bit with CLSI members about your family or hobbies or travel with us so we get to know a little bit about who you are personally?
Yes, I can. As I mentioned, I'm married. My wife's great. She supports a lot of the career activities I have. I also have 3 awesome daughters. We all like to spend our spare time together on the little miniature farm we have here in Arizona. We've got lots of different animals on that farm. We've got goats, we've got our chickens, we've got our dogs. My youngest daughter wanted for the longest time to get a miniature pig, so she now has a miniature pig called Trinity, and she is extremely excited about that. So when I get a little bit of spare time away from the lab here, I certainly have my work cut out for me with activities on the farm, keeping me busy.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add, Dr. Waddell, before we wrap up today?
Yes, I would also like to thank all of the members for everything they're doing during this COVID-19 pandemic. all of the amazing and tireless work you're all putting in significantly impacts how the country is responding to this pandemic and how quickly we will end up recovering from this pandemic. Finally, I also appreciate how all of the members continue to support CLSI during these challenging times. The CLSI staff and members are indeed the heart and soul of the organization, and it's because of all the hard work that you do and all of the hard work that you put in that makes CLSI such a successful organization. So thank you again for all that you do.
And thank you, Dr. Waddell, for being with us today. And thanks to the CLSI members who listen to this. Have a great day.